right, ladies. So we got to get back on track on how we record. How do we even open it up?
Welcome to
Anyways.
Shut Up and Thrive.
That's right.
Feels like you're talking to your BFFs. Hi, BFFs. Hi, everyone.
Welcome to Shut Up and Thrive, the podcast that will inspire you to live your best life.
3 best friends who have been growing, motivating, and inspiring each other.
I'm Vanilla. I bring the fun.
And this is Claudia, the passionate one.
And your girl Nair, sprinkling in the creativity.
When you listen to Shut Up and Thrive, it will remind you of your chats with your own BFFs.
Join in every week as we discuss all the things that make you want to shut up and thrive.
So, are you ready?
Let's get into the conversation.
Ooh, ooh.
Happy Sunday.
Yes.
On that note, since I said happy Sunday, happy Crown Chakra Day.
Hey.
Put your crown.
Put your crown on.
Chakras.
All right. So that's the, can I talk?
Yes.
So that's the, yeah, I can't get my words out. See, 2 weeks off and then I forget how to do it. So is that the topic for today?
What?
Yes, ma'am. Chakras.
Chakras.
Fix your crown.
So today we're going to thrive learning about chakras. So chakras, what is that? What are chakras?
Yes, I'm excited.
What are chakras, Nair?
Chakras are a cool name. That's all I got to say.
Chakra is a cool name?
Yeah.
Would you name your kid Chakra?
Chakra. No, but it's just a cool word.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about chakras. That's why I'm here today.
Okay, then what does chakra mean anyways?
I don't know.
Internal alignment.
Sanskrit means wheel and refers to energy points in our bodies. Mm-hmm. They are thought to be spinning discs of energy that should stay open and aligned as they correspond to bundles of nerves, major organs, and areas of our energetic body that affect our emotional and physical well-being. Some say there are 114 different chakras, but there are 7 main chakras that run along your spine. Mm-hmm. These are the chakras that most of us are referring to when we talk about them. So Vanilla is going to break it down for us, each one of these chakras.
Okay, so the 7 chakras, like Nair mentioned, they stand for the principal energy centers of their body. What does that mean? I guess, when you stand up straight, you're aligned, right? And you have a center of your body.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Up and down from our head all the way down to our tailbone. So, and it's believed to be the pathway of harmony between the mind, body, and soul. So who believes that we're energy, or we're made of energy? Everything around us is energy.
Yes.
Yes, I think we all believe that.
We all believe that.
Me too. So thinking of it that way, then we're energy, even though we can touch our main body. So where's the energy that we're talking about, right? So I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm not an expert on chakras. So I'm thinking that that's the energy we're referring to, right? The 7 main chakras is the energy that keeps us together, again, aligned our body, mind, and soul. There are 7 main chakras. The first chakra, which is called the root chakra, is the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. The third is the solar plexus chakra. The fourth, the heart chakra. The fifth is the throat chakra. And the sixth is the third eye chakra. And the last one, which is the 7th chakra, over or on top of our head, like I mentioned, is the crown chakra. Yes, yep. Those are the 7 chakras. Now we know our chakras, the 7 chakras. Each day of the week, one of them is men's. Well, why? Why is that so? I'm not completely sure, but it's it goes in a way of like each day of the week you could do a meditation to heal or align or balance each chakra, right? The chakra. Mm-hmm. So, and I love this whole thing with chakra. I want to learn deeper because I know it goes to different crystals. Like a lot of us love crystals that represent each chakra, and also elements of the earth that represents each chakra. So when you do a deep study of it, you see how everything is really so connected. And even the chakras, there's like a, you know how that sometimes they say like a day of the week is represented also by a planet,
Right.
right? So, and then when you do see the whole alignment of all this teaching, it kind of even flows like the chakra, the element, the planet, and it goes deep into when do we develop certain chakras when we're like from the age that we're born until an older age. Each chakra is developed at that certain age. So, what else can we know about the chakras? What else is there to know about the chakras? Like, who cares, right? So, what does that mean? Like, so now what?
So you want to know from our perspective? Because again, none of us really know much
So,
about this. So if
yeah,
any of our listeners who are experts in this area, we'd love to connect with you. But if you're asking from our perspective, like how we would kind of use this information in our own lives, is that what you're asking?
yeah, very good. Claudia, do you have something to say or a question? Like, so now what? My question was, so now what?
Now what? Exactly. I mean, because we've been dipping in this conversation, like you said, for a very long time, I think it's all in awareness.
Mm,
It's mindfulness. So if you're aware of this chakras, these seven chakras, or even the 114 of them, you have one that's always like you said, oh, I connect with this one, I connect with that one. A lot of us are feeling that we have a connection with one because it's either we've experienced it or we're experiencing now, or we're eager to experience it because this is something that has triggered in your awareness of what your daily life is. So what I'm taking from this is it's good to have all seven of them aligned, but there are stages where you go through in life that you're most likely going to find this specific chakra that's going to align yourself with, which some of them were we were younger. So we have to reconnect with those to make sure that this one, the stage that we're in, we're definitely going to be on the right track to make sure from head to the root
aligning.
that we're aligned together.
Where the
So
word
that's my takeaway from the seven chakras learning, basically doing my own research and listening to a lot of what you guys talk about, text back and forth and conversations, and what you went through right now is being aware of my own chakra within me and aligning it as much as possible to be able to get all seven of them together and then repeating it over and over again. It's a cycle. So that was my takeaway from the conversation. Naia, do you have anything different?
No, similar because, like you said, it's awareness, right? It's now this is more information that we have just to help us on our journey through life, right? So it's good for us to know this information for many reasons because, again, it does tie to mind, body, and spirit, not only to help us through our journey, through our healing, but to help our children as well. You know what I mean? Like root chakra starts from young. So knowing what that represents and knowing that this is when your child is going to develop this particular area of who they are, it gives you more awareness and you're a little bit more focused on that particular part of their development. And it'll help you to make sure that it stays in alignment as they journey through life. So not only for us, but obviously the people around us. And also you get to recognize other people and what they have in alignment and what you know what I mean. Like if you like the lady you dealt with, now
Yeah.
that you know this information, it makes you a little bit more compassionate towards her to be like, okay, I understand why she's acting the way she's acting. Her throat chakra is not aligned. You might not go to her and be like, lady, your throat chakra is not aligned. But
Let me just give you a little push towards
it's
this
a little
direction. You
tip.
might want to read this.
Right. But again, you have that awareness and it makes us feel a little bit more compassionate and it'll help us react with a little bit more love and compassion towards other people.
Yeah.
But it is a very interesting topic. I like how if I'm feeling particular ailments in my body, I know that it can be tied to this particular chakra. So I'm going to spend time in meditation or, just trying to figure out how to heal that particular part of myself.
That is beautiful. I love it when you said that, even it would help us pay attention when we look at our children. Because what I use is, I use affirmations a lot to balance, right? To balance my chakras. I believe that that's what affirmations are doing. And, it's said that when you use affirmations to balance your chakras, you realize that you have greatness. When we use affirmations, it's to help us realize that we have greatness and humility. So it's good to use it with kids to have them get in the practice of saying positive affirmation every day. And little simple things like that is helping them balance their chakras.
Yeah, so there's different affirmations that you can say tied to each chakra. For instance, I am open to exploring what cannot be seen.
Oh, you
Or
started the third eye chakra. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just giving an
okay.
example. So that's one mantra or affirmation you can say to help you balance your third eye chakra is I am open to exploring what cannot be seen.
Nice. I like I am God's creation.
For which one?
For the crown chakra.
Oh, crown. That one was third eye, but yeah, crown chakra.
Oh, okay. Third eye. What would I say for third eye? I am wise and open.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yep.
Would be
There's
perfect
another
for little kids. Go ahead. What's the other one?
Great.
No, I was gonna say for the crown chakra, I am a vessel for love and light.
Yeah, I like that one.
For the throat, I speak my truth always. For the heart, when I love myself, loving comes. Wait, sorry.
Loving
I can't
others.
talk and I can't read today. What is going on?
Because you're excited with this topic. So isn't it so exciting?
I am.
I love it.
It is. It's exciting because it's a lot, and it's like I'm just trying to grasp everything and like okay.
I think we should bring a
mantras, days of the week,
professional
like oh yeah, definitely.
in to like really school us on
really
this.
talk to us about it.
Yeah, but
So
you're on throat chakra. You didn't say the throat.
Throat was I speak my truth always.
I express myself with assertiveness, love, and honesty.
For the heart, when I love myself, loving others comes easily.
Oh. I give and receive love. My heart is open, forgiving, and full of hope.
Nice. For the solar plexus, self-love starts when I accept all parts of myself.
I enjoy everything I do. I accept my stress and weaknesses, my strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, nice.
I like the simple ones so I can remember it.
What's the next one? Sacral. I always honor others, but not before myself. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Definitely a good one for Leo.
No, Leos already know that, honey.
Yeah, we know that.
I already know what to do.
I always honor myself.
I allow my creativity to be joyful, flowing, and expressive. I receive life's offerings. I am sensitive and strong.
Sensitive and strong, two opposites. And then the last one, root chakra. I can't grow from an unsteady foundation. Or flip it, because I like to say positive. Yeah, so I like to say, I don't like to say negative words with affirmation. So you would flip that and say, I can grow from a steady foundation.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I am safe, grounded, and stable.
Nice.
So why do we use affirmations?
Because it helps you continue to move on your daily life in a positive manner. Instead of taking everybody else's negative energy, you can remind yourself that you have the power to disperse that energy into something positive for yourself.
It's simple to help balance our chakras, right? And also there's longer meditations that you can do to actually heal your chakras. Sometimes some of chakras can be very, very out of alignment, very blocked, very broken. So to heal, right? So to keep them in balance, affirmations is a good thing every day. But to heal, people go into different practices like longer meditations where they either chanting something or affirming or even doing a yoga exercise that helps you heal your chakras.
So is meditation the only way you can heal your chakras, or what are some ways?
to heal,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking meditation is the way to heal. Just like the doctors will have you, like a chiropractor will have you do some things to heal your bones. And I think meditation is a way to heal our chakras. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm looking it up.
Oh,
I'm asking because I don't know. Because I'm
yeah. So
thinking.
I read about longer affirmations
Mhm.
helps you
So
heal, while
affirmations a way
like
because
affirmations help you balance. Yeah.
when I think about, okay, it's your mind, body, and soul. So how I heal my mind is going to be different from how I heal my body, spirit.
Mhm.
So I feel like, okay, affirmations, like you asked,
Mhm.
why
Affirmations. Yep.
affirmations help.
Meditations, breathing work, which is goes along with yoga and meditation, but
But I'm thinking
breath
like
work.
affirmations are words, phrases that you're saying to yourself. So that's more for me, more for the
In the
mind,
mind.
because it
Mhm.
helps to balance that negative self talk. It helps to increase your belief in yourself. If you're constantly telling yourself whatever that affirmation is, your mind is eventually going to believe it. Your mind believes whatever you tell it, right? So
Mhm.
that to me would heal the mind or help heal the mind. The meditation for me is more spiritual, so that can heal that part of it. And then the body is really paying attention to, okay, what organs or what parts of my body are, not well, sick,
Yeah.
diseased, and then that can, doing the things to help heal that organ or that part of the body can help open that blocked chakra. So I think, I mean, again, I could just be talking out my ass that there's
Oh.
there's many ways. No, because we're talking meditation, which is great, but I feel like there's other things that you should be able to do to heal and not heal, but like open those chakras. And to me, it's a lifelong thing, right? And I
Mhm.
know you broke it down for us where this is where like the root, this time in your life is when you're developing it. But like Claudia was saying, to her point is throughout your life, you have to revisit those different chakras because things are going to happen to you that might trigger healing in that particular area.
Correct.
For
Like,
instance, like when you go through a breakup, your heart chakra may have been aligned for most of your life, but now you just had this terrible breakup. Now you have to go back to that and heal that.
or even, what do you think about, for example, I don't know what age you would be dealing with the chakra that maybe is it 1 to 7, or maybe 7 to 14, right?
Which one?
That you would be dealing with the emotions of
Sacral?
going through. So at this age now, breakups are hard. Why? Because maybe when you were developing that chakra at a young age, it wasn't developed properly,
Okay,
or it wasn't
right. So
balanced. Yeah.
so your sacral chakra, right, which is like the sexuality
Mm-hmm.
part of you, is
Mm-hmm.
developed when you're 7 to 14. At that stage, you haven't really developed your heart chakra, right? Because that comes
Mm-hmm.
later on in life. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine you're 14 years old, your first love, and you break up, right?
Mhm.
You haven't gotten to the point in your life where you can truly say that you're balanced with your love and like that area of yourself. So you can understand why it's so hard, like when you're a teenager, why you like
Get
fall so
over.
hard.
Exactly.
And
First
it's
love
so
by the
hard for you
butt,
to,
right?
right. You think it's like, oh my God. But then when you get older and you look back, you're like, are you kidding me? Like that was my first love. And that's what I was crying over because
Mm-hmm.
you hadn't developed those parts of you to be able to handle those kinds of situations. But it's so
Exactly.
crazy because your sexual reproductive organs, like those things are being developed. So it's like, wow, how am I supposed to deal with this from the heart when my sexual parts are feeling like this? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Right, and that's why it's a conversation that needs to be happening between parents and children. As we parent, I
Mhm.
hope that we are doing different from what was done to us. I try to do that with my eldest. He's going to be 16. You know what I'm saying? He's gone through that stage and he's always wanting to do something that I think, and I tell him, I said, I might be wrong, but you're not there yet. You're not fully developed to feel those emotions, especially when it comes to girls.
Yes.
Now he's like at 16, he's like, I think I really like one girl. And I'm like, all right, you're 16, you're learning how to, your heart is to give to somebody or not willing to introduce them to me yet. And I told her, I said, don't do that to anyone because your heart's not developed yet. You're too young to know what love really is. And that's based on what I went through when I was a young kid, not
Or
knowing
maybe,
anything about all of these.
sorry to cut you off, Clyde, but maybe that's the time that instead of saying you're too young to understand, it's the time to really try to understand what that means.
Yeah, and
Because their
explain to him
emotions,
so
their
he can go
feelings,
deeply
right? That's
into
the
it.
time that, I mean, a lot of parents are like, oh, especially with me, was like, what do you mean you like somebody? You better not have any boyfriends, but you're at the point of your life, you're like, what do you mean? I love the kid. I don't care that I'm 14. So right there and then, we didn't have a good development of it because, just the culture of our family, because we're like, you're too young, you shouldn't talk about boys, you should be exploring your body, you should be, because what? But yet again, if we really know what were the things with learning about right now, maybe that's the time that that is an open communication that we should
No,
be
I didn't
teaching
mean
our
it to
kids
be
that.
like that. It's definitely a conversation,
Yeah.
open awareness for him to remind him, like, you need to really understand what you're doing before you go head heels falling and then not knowing what was happening. I'm like, just be mindful of your feelings. I hear him out. He tells me, he's like, I like this one. This is recently. He might not like her the next day. And that's a conversation too. We've had it. He's like, yes, I'm not bringing her home yet because I don't know if she's really going to be more than what it is. And I said, all right, but make sure that it's respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not giving her more than what you should. And I think that has always been my thing. I said, don't give too much that you can't at the end comply with it. So you've told her, I love you. But at the end, you don't really know if you love her. And then you tell her, no, I really don't love you. And now she's that, oh, I'm loving you. And that's where the breakups get really messed up at that age. And I want him to be mindful of the heart. And I think that's our head conversation is be mindful of the heart, because the heart breaks and it takes a long time to get back together. I've always told him that. I'm like, you're a very handsome kid and you're very popular. People will crowd you, but you got to find the right people, because again, another relationship building. People are just going to crowd you because everybody knows you. And so, like, if they know, then I want to be with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of putting all of these chakras together and trying to have them understand it. But you can't tell them, especially my son, well, your heart chakra, this chakra, because he's looking at me like, what?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think helping them to understand, you don't necessarily have to throw like, oh, we're going to talk about your 7 chakras today, because then they're going to look at you like you have 3 heads. But if we understand the chakras and how everything is developed and what affects what, then we can have those conversations with them in a way that they can understand. For instance, like Vanilla was saying, we don't want to discredit their feelings.
Right.
We want to validate that their feelings are real. We understand you have feelings, but we as parents have to guide them on how to not express those feelings, but to understand what those feelings mean. Because to you think this is the love of your life, but we know, because number one, we've been there. Number two, we know that you're still in the process of even knowing who you are. Like, that's what I tell my kids is like, right now is the time for you guys to know who you are, to know what you like, to know what you want to do with yourself before you start pouring all of yourself into someone else.
Right.
Yes, you can think someone's cute. Yes, you can want to spend time with them, but not to the point that you are not investing that same amount of time in yourself, in what you like and the things that you want to do. Because all too often when they're that young, they get so involved with that other person that now they start to lose themselves. They're not focused, right? That's where school grades slip. They're not doing the things they love, maybe not hanging out with their friends because all they want to do is hang with that person, because that emotion is so strong and they haven't learned all the tools they need to be able to like put that into perspective and say, okay, this is the beginning of a relationship. They haven't had enough experience to be like, it's normal for people to feel this way, but I can't always act on those feelings. I have to take a step back and be a little bit more chill, and not let everything else in my life go to waste just because I'm head over heels for this person. So it's really just helping them to understand that, because we have the awareness of our chakras and things like that. Doesn't mean we're just gonna be like, okay, today's lesson is this.
Yeah, we have to be the ones that lead them into figuring this stuff out. And I
But we
think we're
got to
doing the
remember
best we can.
that's the chakra at that age. That's like we said at a kid's age right now. That's the chakra that's being developed, the heart chakra. So what
No,
would
not yet.
oh
No, not that one.
okay
That
They're
one is
they're
for their emotion.
sacral and solar plex. So
Yeah.
they're going through puberty, right? Their sexual organs, their self gratification, emotions, not necessarily like love and
Yeah.
connection.
It's
They're
emotion.
not there yet.
okay.
They're just your hormones are raging, right? So they are experiencing like sexual attraction more
Mhm.
than love.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because we know what love is because we've had time in life to know what love is, to experience different partners, to know, okay, that was not love, that was lust. They
Mhm.
don't know that. They don't know the difference between lust and love. They just know they have the strong feeling for this person. They haven't gone through enough experiences to be able to say, okay, this is this and this is that. So that's why I said we have to help guide them, validate their feelings. Feelings are feelings. Okay, it's okay to feel that way. But where you need to control yourself is how you act on those feelings. So you have to kind of take it to that point. And for me, it's always like, I know you don't know who you are. I know you do not know who you are. What is that? Solar plex, right? It's just getting to that solar plex, self identification, self expression, like really honing in on that part of them before they can get into love and like the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So, like, understanding these chakras really help put things like that into perspective because you need certain experiences to know who's going to be good in your life and who's not. And there's people our
Right.
age that still don't know that.
Know
They
that.
still cannot identify who are good people to have
Because
around
when they
you
were between the
and who are
age of
people you
14,
should not be.
21, they went through stuff like maybe parents putting them down, friends putting them down, saying you're not worth anything,
Right.
you're not strong, you're not motivated or whatever. And when
Mm-hmm.
it should have been the opposite. During that, they should be learning working to accept, what they're good at and what they're not so good at, and enjoy what they do and everything. Again, our chakras is the center of energy. Centers of energy.
Did we go off topic? I
We
know you
do,
asked us
but
a question.
it's good because actually that helped me with that whole question. Like, well, what does it mean? What does that mean? Like your chakras out of balance. So that what you
Like
got
for
ladies just
me,
explained right now did good
yeah,
job.
you breaking that, like I didn't know it was connected to a certain age. So when
Mhm.
when you went through each age group, I like that made me understand. Okay, now I know why people act the way they do. Now it makes sense.
Quickly
You know what
makes
I mean?
sense, yeah, and connects definitely. Yeah. So the chakras, the architecture of the soul, connection between heaven and earth that goes through us, the center of each of us. It's a direct line to highest consciousness from within.
Did we go over how to improve it? Like, let's say someone's lacking, or now they're hearing this conversation. What do we think is the best way to improve the overall chakras, or a specific area? Is it
Well,
yoga? Is it
yogurt.
yoga? No, yoga,
Yeah. Well,
meditations, and
I think for me, with anything, especially with chakras, you first have to have the awareness. I mean, going back to that, like
yeah,
if you're feeling you're not happy or you feel like something isn't right, you first need to understand, well, which one is out of line.
Or even just you need to understand that
but first you got to
it's
have
something that's
willing
within,
to look for
right?
something different.
It's something that's inside, correct?
Right,
And
because a
that's
lot of people will blame their problems on the outside world, like,
right.
oh, because this is happening to me, or because I'm in this situation, or this, like, you making me angry.
Right.
Like a lot of times
It's
people
my
be like,
daughter's
you make
favorite
me
word.
angry.
You make me so angry. And I said, I don't make you angry. You're making yourself angry because you
It's how
want
you're
to be angry.
reacting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to
And I
the
said, you
mirror.
want to.
Go to the mirror and give her one of that good affirmation for her to repeat 5 times. Go
Go release
ground
the
yourself.
anger.
Go
Yeah,
ground.
because
Yep,
that's the other
that's what
thing
you
is
do.
we have to make sure that they understand that it's okay to have those emotions. It's normal. Because then if we don't, they're gonna learn to
Exactly.
suppress the anger or suppress the emotions.
Mhm.
Like you can't tell a kid, you can't feel that
Exactly.
way. You're too young to have those feelings. No, I mean feelings are feelings. They're emotions. They're energy in motion, right?
Like, we
The
try not to
emotion.
use the word can't. Like really can't is a word that we should not use much. It's like you should really, you should like, should you really, like, can you think about it? You know, like
Like replace it with a different
a
emotion
different word because that
or
word
work
can't
through it.
really, yeah, it's really tough to hear. Oh, I can't do it. What do you mean? The word can't does not exist. You can't.
So
All
yeah,
right.
so if a
So there's some
4-year-old
work to do
is
in the chakra.
angry, she doesn't even know what angry means.
She doesn't.
Maybe,
But she likes to use
mm,
that word.
yeah, because she hears
No,
it
she knows
around
what
her.
angry means.
Yes, it means that she's mad at something. But how do
Mhm.
we get her out of it? It's not talking about it like an adult would, right? Maybe it's not even expressing because she's not at that age of having. Yeah, she can say, communicate, but she needs to be doing an activity that is dealing with that specific chakra age group. Do you understand what I'm trying to
Age
say?
appropriate, yeah.
Age appropriate, because sometimes sitting down and having a talking about it doesn't work on a 4-year-old. He either needs to go paint, draw, run, jump, do something that's more grounding so she can forget that she's angry. She doesn't really know what anger or really
Well, her
what's
English 2 seconds.
what's
You say
causing
no.
what's causing that feeling.
It's because I said no. I can't watch that show right now. That's it. It's over in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But she likes the word
But if
angry.
you can't watch a show, but I bet you she'll completely forget about that show if you like. Look, it's a squirrel. Let's go run behind it, or let's go
Yeah.
play at the park. Let's go to the park. She'll
Yeah,
forget
she's
the show
easily
even
distracted at
existed.
that age. Yeah, they easily
Yeah.
redirected into something else, and it's like, let's do this or that.
Sweet.
Cool. Do you have any other questions for us?
Yeah. Block chakras. What does that mean? What does that do to your body?
Well, it can manifest physically. That's
Mm-hmm.
where you get diseases and sicknesses.
How? So basically,
It
block
can
chakras
manifest.
can sabotage your
It depends on
well-being.
the chakra that's blocked.
Any block chakra is
Um,
going to sabotage your well-being, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I know
absolutely.
what you mean by this specific thing, but basically, block chakras sabotage your well-being. So it's good for us to work so we can live our best lives,
What?
so we can live our best lives, live in our charge, take charge of our lives. It's good to have to make sure that our chakras aren't blocked. And we do that by make sure that we are in alignment, that we are centered. So I guess that's a word a lot of people use, right? As adults. You're like, okay, see, I need to get my stuff aligned. I need to be centered so my life can run smoothly.
Like, I understand saying all that, but I feel like,
How do we do it?
what if no, like, the how is going to come, but if I'm centered today, I might not be centered tomorrow. I think it's just important that I know that I have the tools or the different things that I can do to always get myself back to that
Mhm.
alignment. Because, like, when we say, oh, I want to be centered, like, yeah, you might do all the work you need to do for the past, let's say, 2 years, and now you feel in alignment, and then tomorrow something happens to you that changes your life,
Mhm.
and now you're not centered anymore.
I don't think you don't become uncentered. You might not be aligned at the
Aligned,
moment,
right?
but or maybe centered and aligned is the same thing, right? Because like when
It
we are
is, yeah.
centered or when we are in alignment, we are in charge of our lives. And at a certain age, you're always in charge of your life, but you might be a little bit just off balance because either health issues or personal issues, different things like that. But basically, just what I was trying to say is being centered or being aligned. Or, it's definitely like anything, exercise, rest, self-care. That's all things that we do to live our best lives. So being aligned or being centered, make sure that our chakras are in alignment and centered is making sure that we're living our best life too. Just like you do exercise to stay physically fit for your body, what do you do for your soul?
Right, I understand. I feel
Yeah.
like those are things we had to learn, and those are things that help align our chakras. So working out, yes. What chakra does that help with? The
Well,
heart,
that helps. No, for example, work exercise is good for your body, right? Not saying exercising is going to help you align any of your chakras, but being fit, being healthy is just like being mentally fit and healthy. Because you can go to the gym, does not mean you're mentally stable or happy.
right?
So, what's the exercise you do for that? What's the exercise you do for alignment? To me, for me, I'm realizing it every day now. It's meditation. It's finding a practice. It's breath work, stretching, yoga. That's all different things that helps me center and align myself to even start a more productive day, right? My day is even more productive when I wake up early, do my practice, do my meditation versus days that I'm like, oh, I'm going to stay in bed. I'm not going to get up. And then the whole day is that same flow, you know, lack of motivation, lack of energy, and all that stuff. If it gets quiet.
No, I'm just trying to understand. So you're saying there's specific things that you do to make sure that you're in balance and your chakras are centered. So you have a more direct approach to it. Like this is it's like how do I explain it? Like it's the reason why you do certain things. Like for me though, maybe because I'm just only learning about it, I don't have it's not like a focus of like, oh, the reason why I meditate is so that my chakras can be aligned. Like that's not I think my chakras become aligned through everything that I do. So I don't look at it like I do these things to align my chakra. I look at it maybe the opposite way, like because I do these things, my chakras are aligned. And if I ever feel like something is wrong or like, something's not right, then I can use knowing about chakras and knowing about, the different points to help me get back there. I feel like
Again, they all fall in the same platter. You have positive, good routines that you do that makes your life flow daily. You do incorporate meditation when you need it, rest when you need it, self-care when you need it, exercise when you need it, or you do all of them and you're in balance. That's perfect. That's what we need. That's what, you know what I mean? So yes, me personally, I've picked up one more of a meditation to help me be more centered. Yes, I have. Exercise, not so much. But do I need it? Yes, because I know with that, it's going to give me even more energy to do the types of practices that I want to do, right? So I really think they all come together in a way. Like again, the physical body, our soul, and our mind. Learning, reading is definitely for the mind, exercise for the body, meditation for the soul. That's what I thought.
I agree.
So basically, let's start when you want to learn about. You start by knowing your energy centers, which are the chakras, right? Learn their names, maybe the age, all the different things we mentioned. And then after you think you've learned it, or just do it simultaneously, start practicing on how to, look inside, tell myself, you know what, I am having a hard time expressing what I want. Even if it's to my husband or to my mom, even to my children, I can't seem to be communicating what I want. So what chakra is that is going to help that become more open, unblocked? Find out Google a good meditation on that, right? Google a good, it's not meditation. What can I do outside that heals that thing? Is it getting some sun? Is it going for a swim? Is it just walking and hiking? Like, how does that help? Because I'm sure there's physical activities that helps stimulate specific organs of our body, not just our muscles, right?
Right. So, okay, maybe just to take it back right now, what would you say? Maybe we can say, like, we can pick two. The one chakra that you would say you feel like, yes, I'm good here. I mean, again, these can change tomorrow, but just in this moment right now, where would you say the chakra that you feel like I'm good? And then maybe list a chakra that you say, you know what, I could still use some work with this chakra.
I feel pretty good with the crown chakra.
Wow. Girl, look at you.
I'm just saying that
because isn't that the one you develop later on in life? No, that's good. I'm surprised by
I
that.
don't know. I feel good about it because I think just because I feel like I already realized, though it's been a while that I realized that I need to meditation. I need to be aware of things. I need to read. I want it. So I have a desire. So I feel like that's good. Yeah. And then I'm sure you guys know it. The chakra that the throat chakra is definitely, or maybe there's another one that's more of self-expression. Those are definitely ones that I need more work on.
It's the throat, I would say.
It's all the throat. So
the throat is communication and self-expression.
Okay, so So definitely. So I don't know what happened to me between the age of 28 and 35. Maybe things just happened very fast.
Well, and you
And
know
I
what?
didn't develop
Honestly,
that well.
and I
Mhm.
think that that's why journaling is so important, because if we kept journals, we can always go
Wow.
back and be like, oh, wow, I was going through this in that time in my life. Because, yeah, you can try and think back,
Mhm.
but written down, you're going to remember more than just thinking back.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's interesting. How about you, C?
The ones that I'm more aligned with,
That you feel like I got a good handle, I'm good. Like, yes.
I gotta say my root chakra. I feel grounded and safe and all of that. And then one do I need work on?
Yeah, you can, yeah. You think you or you want to explore more of.
I don't know.
She's perfect. She's
No, it's
oh.
funny because she brings that up, and it's true. Like, if we look at it as a balanced root chakra, it is the security, which you said you feel secure, right? The
Mhm.
foundation of life. You feel like you got what you need. You're trusting in the ability to manifest, and you're really good
You
at
feel
that.
grounded.
But again, when that chakra is not, you might think that that's what you want, that's what you desire. But are you fatigued? Of course you are, because you're going through a lot of stuff, right? You feel like, oh, I have to do, like you just mentioned earlier before we start. You said so much stuff happening at the same time. If it's not one thing, it's the other. That make you very fatigued. So
No,
focus.
I
You
don't
know,
feel fatigued. I just feel limitless. Like I feel like I need to multiply myself because I'm doing too much.
But it's
But
good that you
I
have
know
that
what needs to be
awareness.
done. It's like it's not gonna go away. I gotta get it done. That's my personality, and I don't have many people to disperse it to. So it's only me and my husband. So like it's I honestly I gotta say there are changes. I could say my emotions probably a little bit whacked out right now because I know what I'm feeling. It's not being respected a lot sometimes.
are you
So I
communicating
don't
what you're
know.
feeling? Are you having
I
trouble
feel
communicating
like
what
I
you're feeling?
communicate, but I might not be
Um,
communicating the way they understand. Because I've worked on a lot on myself, so we're still working on ourselves, and take it again. Our partners are not open a lot of the time to these type of conversations or these type of things. So it becomes a challenge when you're working on yourself. You're knowing that hey, my stress level's here and I'm saying it. But are you receiving what I'm saying to you as my stress level, or you're just copying me out, saying that? Oh no, you're just copying out and you're being a baby and spoiled. Or, like that's the kind of stuff that makes my emotions out of whack because I'm clearly saying I'm overwhelmed. I got
mhm.
too much going on, and I need you to help me try to, mentally frame everything but
Mhm.
you are taking it as me being a baby spoiled and not wanting to do anything when literally I'm at capacity and pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know myself. I don't like it when people tell me I'm being lazy, that I'm not doing something because that's a lie. I, Internally, I know it's a lie because I'm very passionate about everything I do and I want it to be done right, which is why I do half the things that's done because to be done right on my way. I'm trying to listen to other people's directions as well to be mindful of them. So it is a challenging situation, but I'm making it work.
Mhm. So
I just gotta
again,
keep
so
working.
definitely look over the chakras, look over not the definition, but what part of your emotions that is
Mhm.
triggered by it, and do some
Right.
exercises that can help it. And ladies, I do want to take it back. I said crown chakra, right? Is that what I
Mhm.
said?
Mhm.
But no,
Yeah,
I really meant the third eye chakra,
the
which is
third eye.
Oh,
fine
Okay.
okay.
because crown chakra is when you have reached the realization of I think I've realized what I need to work on,
Mhm.
but I don't definitely not yet have
Not the
developed
crown,
yeah, I really meant the
third
third
eye.
eye
Yeah, that's why I was like,
phase.
whoa, girl,
Yeah,
you're
that's why I was like, why
there.
is she so surprised?
You there.
Yeah, it's the consciousness, the perception, the intuition
um,
and being in balance. That's more of
yeah.
where I'm going towards. I know I'm just trying to see how can I take in Claudia's.
I mean, for Claudia, I understand when she says like the root chakra. Like I get her because
Mm,
I feel like that's where I'm strong too. And to be
mhm,
honest, because that's something that we develop so young in age
mhm,
that come on, like at our age, if we don't have that together, like when are we ever gonna have that together?
Yeah.
No, we
You
will
know what I
because
mean?
it
Like,
repeats itself. Or you
no, I
work on it at
understand.
any point of your life. You can work
I
with that
understand. But
chakra,
to that is like she says, security. Like she feels secure in her marriage. She feels secure in her everyday. Like she feels secure, like
which is
security in
fine. But
finances, secure in
okay,
things like that. So let's say tomorrow I quit my job. Now I got to work on my root chakra because I'm not going
no,
to feel secure
I don't
financially.
think necessarily that's how it works. Because Claudia
But it
said
can.
that Claudia said she's very much it can, but Claudia said, for example, she's very much knows what the security what she needs. But if that's also she said, I'm having a hard time getting what I need,
Well,
which
okay,
is
that
that
to
same
me,
chakra, its
no, because
ability to
that
manifest what she needs. She
right. So
says, I'm
she
having a
has
hard
that
time.
though. Right, but the one about what she said, what was the second part you said? Because to me that felt more like the solar plex because
The emotional
the
parts.
emotional part of it, the solar plex, the controlling, the feeling scattered, like that, you can know what you want. You can already, like, I have my life goals, my plan. I know what I need to do, but that, which is the root chakra. But then you can feel out of balance in terms of like, I don't have control over getting these things done because I'm dependent on other people and they're not coming through. So I don't have that part of it aligned yet. That's more
Okay.
the solar
Mhm.
plex.
That she would
You know what I
work
mean?
on to
Right.
help her, okay, be able
Because
to
right, because here you could
have,
feel
yeah,
if you're not in balance, you could feel
perfect,
dominating, controlling,
abil-
aggressive, scattered. So that could be where
yeah,
she's getting
ability to
those
accept
emotions from.
others, having empathy, yep, and even
Right.
dealing with relationships.
So yes. So for me, like I feel really good in my root chakra. The other ones, I would say I don't feel out of balance, but I feel like I could tweak them a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yay. So it's fun talking about chakras. What happens when our chakras are aligned, besides living our best lives, obviously, or let's say when we're older, when we're like 50 or 60, if we keep obviously working to align ourselves and align our chakras, we reach a certain point that we reach, like they say,
Enlightenment.
the intuitive power of each chakra, right? So I actually made notes of each chakra to start with the basic chakra, which is the root chakra, is to physically feel what others feel. These are the intuitive power of each. And the sexual chakra, the sacral or sexual chakra, feel, smell, and taste of others. Solar plexus chakra, others' emotions. And actually, somebody who's reached that intuitive power will actually feel the emotions of others. The heart chakra give access to the most psychic feelings. The throat chakra, spiritual communication and channeling messages. I said the throat chakra, right? The third eye, see what the eye cannot see. And the crown is actually intuition and foreseeing happenings. Again, a totally another topic where we can bring a
Expert.
professional to go in, but that's when
So to me, it sounds like once you've mastered all of this within you, you now become a vessel for the outside world, right?
yeah. So those people that they refer to as that person was woke. I know we listen to a lot of people are woke or
Well, are they really woke?
consciously.
You
Well,
say
there's
we
some.
listen to a lot of
Yeah,
people
there's
that
a
are woke.
some like Claudia loves listening to this one gentleman. I forget his name, but
Sadhguru.
yeah, he seems to be a
Yeah,
soul who represents like the coming of
yeah, I
consciousness,
agree.
right?
Hmm.
So awakening. So yeah, they woke. Isn't that what the
Yeah.
cool saying
No, because
is?
you said no, because you said a lot of people. I don't think there's a
No,
lot of people, but there are a
yeah,
select few. Yeah,
it's probably a lot, but they're not on social media. You would have to
true.
do that beautiful trip someplace
Yes, that solo
to
trip.
do
Well, don't you feel that when people approach you randomly for certain
Oh
things,
yeah,
it's something that your aura is putting out and they were able to connect with that aura at that moment? And that happens to me a lot, weirdly. But it's like I'm always approached by like strangers about certain things. And I wonder why me all the time. Like there was like literally 3 people right next to me. Why you choose me, to come in and have this conversation or ask this question and things like that. So it's just like we are pouring out from within always. And it takes little things to happen for us to actually connect what we're pouring in and to be aware, because I wish now I could have remembered all of these interactions I've had with these people to
Journaling.
remember. Yeah, like,
Nice.
oh my God, I remember this lady.
I do, but I don't do
Outside.
it. But it's so
Don't do it,
important.
but we should
It
do
is.
it really because
And
of
the
like
other
it's
thing
in alignment with us.
I
It's
And the other
realized
alignment
thing
with
too
y'all.
is no, I was
I,
just gonna say real quick, the other thing is to keeping track of your coincidences,
I was
because
gonna
that will
say,
tell you too.
since I've been keeping the moon journal or even writing to what I want to manifest, it's like I go back to last month. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is why I should write every day, because you can actually keep track of things that happens. Yeah. And then Claudia is just a Sagittarius, but attracting all those Geminis who love to talk and to you like, hey girl, do you know why this happened? Why should I do that? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. You attract what you put out.
Or you
So
attract what your aura is strongest in. So which
so you
chakra is
reflect to them.
really shining through?
Well, apparently my listening chakra is shining because everybody
Your
wants to
throat.
tell me what's going on with them.
Listening chakra?
Your throat chakra.
Whatever, no, my listening, because they're telling me and I'm
Yeah,
listening.
throat is one of the resources I saw said you have good listening skills if your
Oh, there
throat
you go.
chakras, because it's communication. Communication is both. You have to be able to listen and understand in order for you to communicate.
So is it a coincidence that I love green? We definitely tapped into our curiosity and
Yeah.
learned some good stuff.
Well, we put a lot out there, a lot for us to explore. Hopefully we open some can of worms for us to look into and the listeners. And again, we're not experts in any of this. We're learning, we're sharing as we go. So if anybody has more information, we are open and willing to receive your knowledge.
Definitely, we are open to shutting up and thriving.
Thrive. Yay.
Help us thrive in this little section of our podcast because we're struggling a little bit on it, but I
No, we
think
did awesome.
I think we did good.
yeah, but my intentions are good. I hope that they got to see that we're really interested in finding out the real process of doing this or figuring out maybe there isn't. It's just yours.
Your own interpretation of how it is.
Exactly. And let's just be open to a conversation, no judgment, nothing at all. That's one thing I think people tend to forget about certain topics of conversation. They bring the judgment that it should be this way, it should be that way. No, there are things that just is what it is, and you just have to listen and accept and be compassionate to what people are going through and what they're exploring. Don't judge me that I didn't know this very well, please. Because I really feel like I'm very passionate about it, but I don't know much about it, and I'm glad that we're talking about it and we're learning together.
Sounds good. All right, let's wrap it up. So thank you everybody for listening.
Check us out on our social media, all of the platforms right now.
Yeah, so check us out, and thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.
Shut up and thrive.
Yay.
Bye.